Miss, my quiz is actually good.
What did
These questions trick.
I would have been
if I didn't
mess up on that last one.
29 total correct.
70%.
6 total wrong.
But I still don't know.
Okay, yeah.
So what's the question?
How did making this Quizizz.com game help you as a student? As a study tool? Yes.
So like it shows what you need to improve.
Yeah, also
What you got like
investigate.
wrong.
Like also what you know, like so what to study.
Also learn what you don't know. And
Here's what I want to talk about. When you are the teacher or the leader of your Quizizz game, it's just like Carla said, you can't play. But there's things that happen in the background or that should be happening in the background as the teacher or leader that you need to be aware of. One of those things is checking out, and you'll see the progress. It'll show you who's finishing, and it'll say green for if they get it right, red if they get it wrong. You'll see, as you're looking, maybe Sam or Carla or whoever you're working with, one of the people in your group, maybe they're getting a bunch wrong. And your job as the teacher or leader of your quiz game is to say, okay, I'm noticing that Sam got a bunch wrong. Maybe there's 10 questions, he got maybe 6 wrong. Thanks for being my example. He got a bunch wrong. And in that, your job is, well, first of all, what do you think your job is going to be then? Is my quiz too hard? How can I help him improve? So you're questioning then, 1, did I make a mistake? Is there a mistake in the making of this quiz? Or 2, is there a mistake from the takers? So you might be saying, is my quiz too hard? Did I ask irrelevant questions? Did I make a mistake in the answer? Which you guys have all seen, that happens sometimes. Or
maybe the question was not well understood.
maybe the question was not able to be understood very well, wasn't clear. Where was this happening? I didn't get it wasn't obvious to the person taking it what the question was asking. Or is it, okay, Sam or whoever isn't getting a lot right, is the situation that the taker, it's not their fault, it's not the maker's fault, but the taker needs to review that material.
It's not the maker, it's the taker.
Yeah, it's the maker or the taker sometimes. So your job as the quiz giver, when you're in the teacher role, is to look at that and say, okay, I'm noticing here, I'm going to ask Sam at the end, all right, Sam, we see that you got these parts wrong. What do you think was causing that? And maybe Sam says, I was rushing. Oh, it was a silly mistake. I kept clicking the wrong thing. Or he says, yeah, I noticed those were all vocabulary ones. I didn't study that. I need to study that. Or I kept getting confused between these 2 characters. So your job is going to say, guys, first of all, I'm noticing these people missed a lot. What do you think where the problems were? And then you're going to be thinking, is it the maker? They might say, yeah, you weren't clear. Or yeah, that answer was wrong. Or you need to be asking them, what do you need to do? Maker questions, taker questions. Whose mistake was what? Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
Okay. Another thing that it's going to show you is, it will show you a grid of all of your questions. If you notice on your grid that almost everybody or a lot of people missed question 6, what should you do as the reviewer?
Change question 6.
Change question 6 or check question 6. Sometimes that happens to me. Sometimes I look at question 6 and I'm like, this was hard. It was a hard concept. This is a struggling thing for 7th graders. Maybe I need to review this more when I teach it. Or, question 6, a lot of people missed it. Could it possibly be that I made the mistake?
Yeah.
So you need to figure that out at your table. Look at the grid, look at who's finishing, look and see how you can decide, was this a taker mistake or a maker mistake, and what needs to happen on both ends.
Wait, what's the code, Ali?
197.
But it doesn't let me.
7.
It will refresh.
416.
Refresh. Wait, don't start it yet.
That's it?
Alexander.
See, but wait for us. 2.
1.
Go.
It's very easy. Doth, does.
Beautiful.
Well. No, no.
Nah, sender. No.
Okay, so your job as the teacher is to notice like who's missing the most, okay? So what are you going to do when you are finished and you see that those people have missed a lot? What will you do as the teacher?
No!
I'm gonna ask them if I miswrote the question, if they're ununderstandable, or if they just put the wrong answer maybe by accident, or if they just didn't study.
Okay, so whose hand the error lies in? The maker or the taker? Or it could be that they were even rushing, right? There's still something to learn in that. Maybe they say I need to take it more slowly. Okay, so show me how you're going to be able to use this note at the end to talk with your team.
Well, it looks like 9. Everyone got it wrong, so I'm gonna ask them if the question was hard to understand or no one got it. Also, 6 and 1 were pretty oftenly wrong. So
maybe the question is an error on your part, or maybe it's something that they need to study more. Okay, let's try to figure that out in your group.
So I saw that 2 people got question number 3 wrong, and I want to go over this question. So,
I think it's down here. Yep.
oh, question 3. Why does Demetrius love Hermia more than Helena? And the correct question was, the correct answer is that she was too whiny.
So what do you guys think as test makers? I'm sorry, as test takers. What are you guys thinking about that question? Do you think that
I feel like it wasn't correct because there is more than one reason why he didn't like her. Because Helena is ugly. That was one of the reasons why he didn't like her. Because Helena was whiny is true, but I do not feel it's the only correct answer.
I agree with you, but I feel that along with all of the other questions, it's kind of the more accurate answer, because Helena, they said she was more fair than Hermia, and so that would mean that people thought she was more fair than Hermia, and then Hermia was smaller, so...
Yeah, well, the one about Hermia being taller was not true.
Yes.
Well, but I got confused in the one that she was ugly. People could get easily confused between those.
So do we think this is a maker error or a taker error?
Well, I think it was both. Because it was part of a maker error, but then the taker also could have thought a little bit more.
3 out of 4 people missed number 2 and 7. So what do you think caused that?
I don't know.
Maybe we should look at what
the questions are. 2 is what does dope mean?
Oh, just because
No,
that's pretty
that
straightforward.
was not your mistake.
I think I confused it with flirt.
Right, but
woo.
I know. That's why I put it.
Yeah, me too. I did this.
So is that a maker error or is that a taker error?
Taker error.
Taker error. Okay, what about the other
7. Who falls in love with Helena first? And it's Lysander.
Yeah, it's like
No, but could be Demetrius because Demetrius was first in love with her and then she left her for...
Not in
yeah.
Act 2. Not in Act 2.
Okay, so maybe
Alright.
what
Maybe
could the makers say then?
In Act 2.
In Act 2.
There we go, or in Act 2. Okay.
Okay.
was, what is the meaning of the word anon? So, was the question ununderstandable? Is it that you didn't study, or why do you think it was so hard to get?
Because we never talked about it in class.
talked about it.
We did. Remember means right away.
We actually talked a lot about it. More than the other.
No, but it was like those quick things,
was-
like when
yeah.
it said A, it's like saying that when people are complaining,
See that in number 6, which was, what is an example of how true love never did run smooth? And many of you got it wrong. And
Wait, how do you know that? Show me how you know that. Okay, so you can see here that was highly missed. So do you guys, at this table, do you guys think that was an error in the test or an error in your guys' knowledge?
I think both of them, because it was pretty hard.
Another one that I saw was oftenly wrong was the first question. In
This one?
In one of the first scenes in the woods, who said, "I love thee not, therefore pursue me not"? And who did he/she say it to?
It's just that they said what's his face? Lysander could say it to Hermia too.
It's kind of opinion based, but
So what do you think? Is this a taker question error or maker error?
I think I could have. Well,
That's okay. Press back.
I think I could have made a better question.
And how would you have done that? What would you have done?
I would have done that by maybe making a question that's less opinion based and more factual.
One.
What about students who
Oh.
missed any more than others?
Probably Ale, who missed 4.
So what do you think? Let's ask Ali about that.
One was the one of the difference between woo and don't. I need to like review that,
Okay.
but it's my error. And then the one of the number 7. Who does Helena fall in love with
Yeah.
first? Maybe you could clarify that a bit more.
So, guys, we're going to look at this. So now we're going to use this to look at our results for our question. So our question is, what mistakes did each person make? And if you made those, is it the quiz
Mine
maker's
was
problem?
really stupid. I just I saw the right answer right as I
Is
hit
it
the
my
wrong
problem or yours?
Right.
And there were really specific
Yeah.
questions.
So do we need to do something, or does the question need to be changed?
No, we have to.
You guys have to study that? Okay.